In this video, I will be turning Minecraft mob Iron Golem into reality using Photoshop. It will be something you haven't seen before. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's run the Photoshop. In the beginning, I will need a sketch to follow. So I drew a sketch and shaded it a little. As always, I started with the head. I made an outline of Golem's head with a pen tool in Photoshop, which I filled with a grey color. Since the Iron Golem is made of iron, I found some photos of iron texture and sheet metal that I will use for the wall golem. I added an iron texture to the head and I began to transform it so that it would fit the head optically. When I had the main shape of the head done, I made an outline on the eyebrows, which is a typical thing of golems as well as villagers. I started working on the rest of the face, so I drew the shape of nose and eyes with a pen tool. I chose such a shinier texture for nose and adjusted the perspective for all angles of the nose. I painted red eyes, and to give them an effect they will shine a little. Now to finally add a bit of realistic effect, I started painting shadows and lights on the wall head, which also united the head nicely. I adjusted Golem's eyebrows so that they didn't look so bad, and I added another sand texture to the head that would help keep the head from looking so clean and shiny. That was done for now. So it's time for the body. I painted the whole body with a color to have a basic foundation that I could follow. I made a shape for Golem's chest and filled it with rough texture. I added the same texture from head to the whole body and transformed it so that it is not flat but it is bent and adapted to the shape of the body. When I had finished the body shape with texture, I found a photo of the screw head and added it several times to a piece of sheet metal, and I can use that to connect different parts of the body. I added these screws to the upper body where they will separate chest from the rest of the body. I painted shadows on the whole body, which gives it a realistic effect. I made a hole in the top of Golem's body where the head would sit, and I tried to turn a random tube into something like a neck, so that the head would not float in the air. Now I had to finish Golem's center of the body. I cut out a piece of the same metal that the chests are made of, and of course I transformed it so that it was bent around the body. I wanted to make such a plate from it which would cover the belly. I added shadows under the plate to give it a 3D effect, and copied the same plate several times and stuck them to cover entire belly. The leg was actually the same process, which means drawing a shape and adding texture to it. To connect parts of the legs, I added another texture between the joints, which I darkened a lot. I also finished the feet, which look like hooves, but it didn't bother anyone. Again, in the same way as legs, I started making arms. The golem of course needed a wrist and ideally fingers, and I solved that by finding an iron glove from an eye. I added it to golem's hand, and to connect it I used mask and short soft brush. I changed the hue on the wrist and added the thumb. Then I copied the wrist to second hand. On the head and upper part of the body, but there is a different texture than on the rest of the body, so that it doesn't look different and looks uniform. The golem has the right side of the body and a right leg overgrown with some ivy, so I found a photo of ivy which I cut out. I then copied and transformed the plant to all the places on the golem where it should be according to the Minecraft. When the ivy was in place, I changed the hue and colors of it. I added shadows to it according to the rest of the body, and I also added shadows under it to the body. The ivy also has a few yellow blossoms, so I found a nice flower, changed the color to yellow and put it in a few places. The golem was done and needed to put him in the real world. Because the golem stays in the village that he protects, I found a photo where are wooden cottages in the background, which can represent the houses from the village. I adjusted the curves on the golem to match the background. To make it look like it was standing in the grass, I added a shadow behind legs and I painted over foot with a grass brush. Then I added white mist in the background which adds atmosphere, and I lightened the background a bit. There must be no lack of particles and background blur. As always, the camera raw filter and the golem was born. So this is my art of what an iron golem would actually look like in real life. As always, leave a comment how do you like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.